ask you to state your name and be brief and be respectful. This is a solutions summit. Please.
Absolutely. Senator Landrieu, I met with your office last week, and I have to thank you personally. Tanner was exceptional with me. I do have one question for you. As we're starting to cut all these permits and our oil field out here in the Gulf, I don't understand why we can't newly engineer the blowout preventer to work more than 65% of the time. And if you could hold your answer for me for just a minute, I also have some questions for Kenneth Feinberg. Mr. Feinberg, how many fishermen and deckhands has GCCF paid the $5,000 to $25,000 payoff? Number one. Number two, how many fishermen have been paid their full claim that they've made with you? Number three, my husband received this on the BP claim. At what percent was this interest figured? Is GCCF going to deduct the vessel of opportunity money from the fisherman's claim? Thank you.
No, on the vessel of opportunity, we won't deduct it. The interest, I don't know, it's a very low interest rate, and it's because the law sets the interest rate, and the interest is paid on any valid claim that wasn't paid after, within 30 days. I can't say how many thousands of fishermen, have been paid. Now, I can get you that information. I don't have it at my fingertips. Now, this second question you ask is an interesting one. And that is, how many people have been paid all of what they asked for? And I think my answer is that if they provided documentation, as minimal as it may be, that demonstrates all, it's paid. The problem arises when a claimant comes and asks for all $20 billion. Or a claimant comes and asks for $10 billion. Or a claimant comes and asks for $100,000 and offers documentation of $20,000. That's where the gap is. Now, I've tried to match up the ask with the award, but in many, many cases, there's a gap between those two, ask and what's documented. So I do my best on that. Thank you.
Thank you for not deducting the vessel of opportunity money from our claims money. That was greatly appreciated.
You know why I did that? I got to tell you, in the original rule, we deducted it.
I know.
Because I aggravated it so long.
She aggravated
that is true. But let me answer about the blowout preventer. Thank you, Ken. You were very helpful in that, and I appreciate it, because a lot of people worked on that vessel of opportunity and they weren't sure about what the situation was going to be, and we just didn't think it was fair to have that deduction. So that was a big help to the fishermen across the board, but there's still challenges. I understand that the industry itself, under pressure from every federal agency that's appropriate, is really perfecting the blowout preventer and the containment equipment. We want the oil and gas industry to be safer moving forward. But I want to put something on the record to critics of the industry. And I know there are some in this room, and the national press is full of critics of the industry. But we have a shrimp and petroleum festival in Louisiana because we actually think the two mix pretty well.
Today I asked Kenneth Feinberg a few questions about paying out fishermen and their claims. And it was quite funny how he tried to turn the tables yet again and make our fishermen the assailant here, and BP and GCCF the victim. Fraud, our fishermen are not committing. We file our taxes, we pay our taxes, we have proper documentation. He's letting the very few fraudulent claims paint the picture of the many fishermen, and we've had enough of being blamed for everything. BP's the culprit here, and he needs to lay the blame where it is. Thanks.